try to kill him before he does his time stopper, but he didn't jump. Try to grab a weapon energy for my time stopper, but that's not happening. So I'm gonna have to force damage here. That's actually the scariest part, because like there's a way to get through that section without touching the spikes, and it's really precise. That last pattern it gave me was pretty bad. Whenever an air shooter is like right in front of him, it acts like a shield. So you have to try to get close enough to him to where you can actually hurt him. And it's a lot faster killing some of these bosses with just the Buster Shot. His original weakness is the Leaf Shield, but I don't have it yet. So that will be used probably during the refight later on. Normally my original boss order would be Flash, Air, then Heatman, but I decided to go to Quickman's instead because it's a lot faster than my old boss order. Saves about like a minute and a half or so. And Quickman is probably one of the more difficult boss. If worst comes to worst, I can use the Time Stopper to kill him, but it's not really necessary. Like I said, it's not really necessary unless you have to. Time Stopper, it's Quickman's weakness, but it doesn't kill him completely. It only gives him it only hurts him like 50% of his health. And Quick Boomerang is it's a good weapon next to the Metal Blades. Metal Blades are good for just like sniping at long range, but I think the Quick Boomerangs is a better choice, I think, because it's a lot quicker to deploy. It's almost like using a Buster, but it's, you know, it's also like it's a lot cost efficient. It doesn't waste too much. So I tend to use the Quick Boomerangs a lot more than the Metal Blades. You only see me utilize the Metal Blades in some stages, but most of the time it'll probably be like the Quick Boomerang. And try to carefully manuing, because there is a time where I have an E-Tank and I accidentally select the E-Tank on accident. Hey, finally got it. Okay, this is kind of bad here. I might die. Hopefully I try to kill Middleman pretty fast. There you go. If you don't fire, I guess I don't know how that's done, but I didn't fire to see what happens, and he just kind of like just waits for you until you attack. So I got close enough to where I to able to hurt him like early on before he even does anything. And Bullman stage is it's a stage that I can utilize the Metal Blades, but for this section I'm gonna use the Quick Boomerang because of these frogs. I hate these frog sections. The worst part about it is when you pick up the items, they kind of stop you dead in your place, and whatever input you try to do before you pick it up, it disappears, and you can it's costly. These sections are pretty scary to go through, especially when you try to speedrun. Try to cut corners. Using Time Stopper here, I think is a better choice than just running it through here. Now, Heatman, this is where I'm gonna acquire the one of the last items. Item 1 is probably the best item in the game. And I decided to go here later, just because that way I can have a weakness advantage. And plus this stage is also pretty difficult to get through. Fall in those lava, you die. And some of the stages itself are pretty hard to get through. You're gonna see me utilize item 3. Item 3 is just like item 1, except that it has to cling onto a wall. And item 2 will be for this section here, because who wants to jump on those disappearing and reappearing blocks? You could just ride your way through here. Oh, my menu needs to be worked on. And use the bubble lid for the boss. In my opinion, I think Heatman is he's a pretty hard boss if you're not playing it safe. My best tip when you're dealing with them is, you know, stay at a distance, and then you'll be fine. Some pros will tend to stay close to him and do buffer jumps, and try to manipulate where he goes, or you know, because he has this delay, like 3 different delays. One of the delays, which gives you a longer delay, is pretty deadly, because you know, you can't really predict whether it's gonna give you a normal delay or like a normal shot, a delayed shot, or a short one, or charge, or whatever you call that. And then after Heatman, I'll go to Woodman. Because Woodman's weakness... He has 2 weaknesses actually, but I think it's more effective when you're using the Atomic Fire. And an awesome soundtrack. It's like probably one of my favorite. And using Time Stopper before you go to the next screen, it stops from more enemies to spawn in those areas. And metal blades will be used in this stage for its ranged attack and directional. It's like one of the best items in the game. It doesn't cost a lot to use it, and you can snipe down enemies really quick. So you gotta be careful, because whenever you pick up an item and then you know you pick up an item before you do a jump, it kind of, you know, the inputs are dropped right then and there, and it could kind of mess you up if you're not careful. And this section's like usually giving me a hard time here, but you can kind of manipulate these chickens running at you. I mean, there's probably a faster method to get through it. But, you know, that's the best way I can do. There you go. You kill him in one hit if you do a full charge. His other weakness is air shooter, but you have to be really, really close to him to hurt him because of his leaf shield. Okay, that was a good section. And this section here is pretty tough to do. Gotta time your item ones correctly. And that's just a way to get up faster. Because these climb up the ladder is, that's the only way of going up. But if you use item once and then jump up, you actually get up faster that way. And I use Time Stopper before this section. You get to pass this part here. Since I'm on the left side, if most people go to the right, but I always go to the left for some reason. I can't really explain why, but I've always gone there all the time. Cool. Save a whole minute and a half actually. So we're getting somewhere. Hopefully I keep this up and hopefully I get a good time at the end of this run. A time that I'm kind of happy with. So we're going to the Wily stages. The Wily stages are pretty tough because for one thing, every stage you clear, your items does not refill. So this is kind of like an endurance level here, or endurance, stages, where you have to manage your weapon items and stuff like that. And I just use the metal blades to snipe down the birds from above. From above, take down the eggs and all that. You're gonna see me utilize most of my items here, except for the leaf shield. The leaf shield, I'll probably use it during the boss rush later on, but I'm not really sure. And if you die anywhere in the Wily stages, you'll get set back quite a bit. Just like any other stage, but You know, it's very crucial that you don't die during the Wadi stages because, once again, because if you die and then you already used up some of your weapon energies, you're gonna have to find a way to grind for more. Okay, I took a chance of doing that. Because I felt like I wasn't close, but I just went for it and kind of paid off for doing it. So this boss coming up is a dragon boss. He's gonna first chase you to the end, and if you touch the dragon, you'll die instantly. So you try not to slow down during this section here to get to this part. Stay above here, you will not fall. And I save almost 5 seconds in that segment, and I'm still ahead of my time. So, like I said, if I keep this up all the way through, and I can get a new PB. This here, I'm going to refill some of my items here. This is where you want to start figure out what you want to use, what you need it for. This could be for item 1. And you gotta be careful, because there's some spiky room areas where you have to kind of move away from. I'm kind of like half health right now, and it's kind of scary for this boss. But I still have an E-tank, so if worst comes to worst, I can just use that. But I want to save it for later, though. For Wadi 4. And this boss is positioning. You gotta figure out where they gotta come out, because if you're just standing still and they tend to spawn like on their spot, then you can get hurt a lot. Lost some time, but you know, it's fine. I mean, I only lost like a millisecond, 300ths of a second, but I'm still ahead by a minute and a half. Wadi 3 is a very short stage. You want to use the quick boomerang. You gotta be careful, because you can die instantly. There's some spiky areas. And if you die anywhere in the Wadi stages, you'll get set back to, like, usually in the beginning, or, you know, somewhere at the checkpoint, but you can't tell where they are. And since this is a short stage, you get sent back to the beginning. this boss here, Guts Bulldozer, you know, he's a big boss, but not that hard to defeat. Water 4 is where it's at. And I gotta refill on middle blades because I'm gonna need it mostly. Item 3 is not really needed, so I'm just going to just move on. I think I'm still good on item 1s and item 2s. Item 2s, I'm not gonna need it a lot, but I do need item 1s quite a bit. Because I'm going to need it for some of the hard sections later on. And in these sections, there are some, you can't fall through the spikes here, because there's some, you can't really tell where the gaps are, but they are there. And then I'm going to use item 1 here. I'm going to hope for the best and not fuck up. Okay, that's what I want to do. Right here, this is going to be tough. Okay, finally. Right here, you got a pause buffer. Kind of move in closer if you do that, if you're falling from a specific angle. Gotta use quick boomerang for this section here. Got only E-Tank here. Go for the item 1. Hey, what's up, Steven? Oops. You can blow up the wall there, but it's really hard to do. Cool, almost saved 2 minutes. Almost 2 minutes, so we're doing very good right now. I'm going to PB if I keep this up. I want to say the last 2 stages are not that difficult, because since I already passed the most difficult stage of the game. Going to go Crash Man first. Oh, that was a pretty bad fight to start. Ah. Okay, I was trying to kill him with the leaf shield and didn't work as planned. And I used the wrong. Hey, congratulations on your PB. PB for 80% or 100%? Congratulations, 56 is a really good time. That's like a 59 in-game, right? Or 58? Yeah, it is gonna be tough to beat that one. I mean, like I said, you know, the more you improve that PB time, it's gonna be hard to keep up with your own time, unless you find new ways to beat it. Man, I'm saving a whole 2 minutes. Wow, a 40-minute in-game? How much have you improved in 80%? That is a pretty damn good time, getting a 56. Got a sub 1 hour. Ah, shit. Alright, sub 36 finally. 34.46 or 35.46. I kind of messed up on that fight because I took way too much damage. I was trying to do a quick kill, but it didn't work out as planned. So I lost like 12 seconds that battle. But I sub 36 though. That's all that matters. And I don't know. I mean, I can still improve this run. I can still improve it, but it will have to be on that final battle because of the fact that I was trying to risk it all. Yes, I literally practiced last night using, you know, I had to change up the boss order, and I, you know, improved time from there. It was the new change in the practice is just the boss order. That's all it is. Everything else is just like, I mean, this is a deathless run. I haven't died in the whole run, and the boss order now is flash, air, quick, metal, bubble, heat, wood, and crash. Those are my that is the new new boss order that I'm using now. The old boss order I was using, it wasn't as good unless if I'm doing like some glitch, if I'm doing some zips in the games. But since this is a no zip, I had to change the boss order because doing that way. Yes, that is your That is your boss order, I know. But it proves to be a lot faster. I mean, it's always been the fastest, but I've always wanted to go with my boss order. And decided to change it up, and found out that it was definitely faster. Yeah, I'm a hack. But I got the time that I wanted, sub 36. So I got 35:46. The only mistake that I've done in this whole run was the final battle. That was the only mistake, because I was trying to risk it all by trying to quick kill him in the beginning. But because I think what happened was that I touched the boss, and it took like 80% of my damage. It feels like it took like 80%. It's probably like 50% if anything. But it took a chunk of my damage, and if I didn't have the E-Tank, I would have died, and this run would have been dead and 1 PB. It says, thank you for playing. Yeah, so yeah, that's what happens when you're trying to take big risk, and took a big chunk of your health, and that could have been costly if I wasn't paying attention to my health. The E-Tank, one was from Crash, and the other one was from the Wily stage. I think it was like stage 2. I only had two E-Tanks total. I had to use one of them for the Wily 4 boss, because that way I don't have to grind for life energy before the door. So yeah, I had an extra one, luckily. Yeah, so my 8 Masters boss is timed at 21:01. Some people can do it like in 20 minutes. But that's I guess that's from like good execution, some of those levels, I think. This will definitely be highlight. I think I'm done for this game. I think I'm done with this game for now. Now that I PB'd, so I don't have to worry about it anymore.